guys, it's your boys, 1, 2, and 3. Welcome to Third Floor Conversations. I'm Kersey.
I'm Elio.
I'm Mariah.
And today, we're going to be talking about dance.
Period.
All types of dance, no dance, music dance,
And
dance with no music.
Mobility, lighting, everything.
Anything you think of is getting talked about.
Birds, frogs.
So dance related.
Cultural appropriation.
Cultural appropriation.
Culture in general.
I think wind has something to do with dance.
Wind?
Yes, wind. Because there's been
Like
there's been a
choreography?
good amount of like wind.
Right.
Because of the whenever wind blows and trees move, that has been a point of inspiration for a lot of choreographers.
Nature. Right.
Nature. Yeah.
Well, with that being said, let's dive in, guys.
Yeah, let's get straight into it. So we're gonna be talking about first is the intro and elements of dance, and how that relates to the YCS and a real life discovery.
Great show, by the way. YCS was fire.
Amazing performances all around.
Period.
The first question I have for my co-hosts: what element stands out? Okay, wait. First, we gotta dictate and say what all the elements are of dance. The 8 elements.
Right. Quick quiz.
Time.
Space. Movement. Movement
Right.
impulse. Body. Is that one?
Audience.
Yeah, spectator audience.
Dark light.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
We might be missing one.
That's
Sorry if we are. I swear we pay attention in class. We're just
Yeah.
it's a little late in the day. Okay.
So now that we got all those elements, what element to y'all stands out the most whenever you're watching a performance or a dance, whether that be in person or on a video, and does it change whether it's in a video you're watching or in a real life performance?
I feel like it changes whether you're in a real life performance or in a dance. Cause when I was at YCS, I feel like what really stood out to me was the spectator versus that one. I feel like that really stood out to me because I was you could see other people's reactions, you could hear other people whoa, when stuff would happen. But if you're watching a video by yourself, it's all you and your thoughts, so it's not really any dynamic shifts. But
so you need more perspective when watching something.
Yeah, and even I remember we were talking about in class that one time, and she was there's no real silence, because even in the theater you always hear people coughing, bro. No matter what, there's always someone
coughing,
in the back
shuffling,
Babies crying.
for no reason. Babies crying.
Yeah, there's always one.
You heard babies crying at YCS?
There's always one
Oh,
baby.
no,
Not
I
at
was
YCS,
thinking-
but in general.
No, but even when that dude was in that rubber room, he was he could still hear stuff, so there was no true silence, but it was his nervous system, his heart, so silence just ain't a thing. But yeah, when you're watching a video, I feel it's more so I focus more on movement and movement impulse, I guess, when I'm watching a video. But when I'm in person, it's more so the balance between the audience and the stage. What about you,
That was
Kersey?
very insightful.
Thanks, Queen.
I only ever focus on movement. I fear. I always seeing how the dance would move, or how differently the same different dances do the same movement.
Right.
Because it's always different. It's just interesting to see. Which I feel I should start focusing more on the overall piece instead of individuals. But I like looking at the intricacies of how the dance was put together. Looking at all the separate parts and not the thing as a whole.
Thanks, Queen.
I only ever focus on movement. I fear. I always seeing how the dance would move, or how differently the same different dances do the same movement.
Right.
Because it's always different. It's just interesting to see. Which I feel I should start focusing more on the overall piece instead of individuals. But I like looking at the intricacies of how the dance was put together. Looking at all the separate parts and not the thing as a whole.
I don't remember if it was a video or not, But I don't know if y'all remember that one time when we were in class and they were like, I think it was a video, and it was like we were watching like some of something, but it was like partner work basically, and it was like the guys in the back and the girls in the front, but they were doing the exact same thing. It's either YCS. I even thought this at YCS in class, but there was guys and girls doing the exact same dance. Like their bodies, like even though they were doing the exact same thing, they were so
I know
different.
the video
I think it's at YCS actually.
No, it was a video in class.
There was also one at YCS I was thinking of though.
There was?
Yeah, because there was like the guys would like run in
like
and out. Yeah. It was mostly girls, but there was like 3 guys, and like they would be doing the same thing, but like they look so different, even though they're doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. So I feel like the anatomy of a dancer is also like important in a sense of like visual aspects. I feel like that kind of hate.
And they're always on different beats. Not in a bad way, kind of in a bad way, but
if y'all ain't in sync, it's a little scary.
Kind of in a bad way, but not in a bad way. It's not like such a huge it's not that big of a difference because they are all still hitting the same beats, but it's always slightly different or slightly off.
Yeah, it's just I feel like that's just the humanity of it though. Like it can never be perfect. Even though Chrissy would want it to be.
I would.
Perfect.
I would.
You would drill them hard.
I would, because I've seen a lot of dances.
Yeah.
Whenever they're in sync, they're in sync.
True. That takes a lot of discipline though.
Exactly.
Like who?
Like us.
Which you will see in our ad, bro. In sync.
Part 2.
For me, I would say the element that I notice most would probably be lighting. For me, because I feel like lighting plays such a big factor. Well, after learning, whenever we asked the choreographers, she was mentioning how underappreciated she thinks lighting is. It really made me think like a lot of my emotions that are getting dictated are obviously based off the movement and the music, but a big piece is the lighting, and whether like, you know, it's light, dark, or, you know, they have different spots lit up, or shining, you know, making sure they're specifically lighting one thing so you can like catch your eyes.
Like if it's a happy song but the light is red.
Yeah,
you feel like
then you'll
off.
feel like kind of like
a little eerie.
Like eerie, yeah.
Okay. In sync, y'all. In sync.
Oh, weird.
So that's what I would say.
I do really like lighting. I love being a stagehand. Fun fact, I was a stagehand. I was a techie for a lot of theater performances.
Fun fact, I was a dancer.
Fun fact, I'm a sound technician.
Period.
Next podcast episode, we're just going to be making a performance.
Yeah. From scratch, start to finish.
From scratch. Just us 3. No, nothing
It's just
else.
going to be a vlog.
Literally?
Vlog starting soon. No, but there was one video that we watched, you know, like, sorry, I'm not trying to laugh, but like she kind of looked like it was just like her head, but like the rest was like her butt, like the like really flowy,
was it like the snaky type one where
yeah,
she was like a nude.
No, that was creepy. No, the one where it was like where it kind of was like it kind of gave like Cocoon or something like that, or it was like it had like blue and purple lighting because you were talking about lighting and like the colors. It was like blue and purple lighting, and it was just like she had like this outfit on, and then she had the 2 sticks on her hand on each side, and she'd be like that. And like, do you remember?
Yes.
That one.
Was it like the snaky type one where
yeah,
she was like a nude.
No, that was creepy. No, the one where it was like where it kind of was like it kind of gave like Cocoon or something like that, or it was like it had like blue and purple lighting because you were talking about lighting and like the colors. It was like blue and purple lighting, and it was just like she had like this outfit on, and then she had the 2 sticks on her hand on each side, and she'd be like that. And like, do you remember?
Yes.
That one, I feel like the lighting really helped with that because if it was just straight hospital lights, I feel like she'd look a little insane. Even if it was like yellow lighting, I feel like it would look a little weird. But I feel like because it was like purple and blue lights on top of her like rippling thing, it kind of made it more like whimsical than if it was just like this light.
It was just like the overhead lights.
Yeah, like hospital. Lights. It would be kind of scary.
Yes. Now that I remember what you're talking about, yes. That one was really nice. I like that dance.
The one with the snake was kind of creepy. I don't know. It looks painful. It looks painful.
Really?
Like the one like with the nude bodysuit, and she was just like kind of like squiggling. It looks a little painful.
She was making like really sharp.
It was a hard watch.
You know what we're talking about?
I think I might have been absent.
Maybe. He might have been.
Somebody not coming to class.
I don't ever look behind me.
Neither do I.
Neither do I.
I'm just always
You're
you're
the
in the back
last
of the
row.
class. I'm always just staring at Kirsty's head.
I know it's good. Good looking. For people at home, that's what you be looking at. It's on that. But I like the snaky one.
Maybe I'm thinking of it not the same as I thought of it then.
You know, I see what you mean when you say it looks painful, because she was making like very clean cut type of movements.
Yeah, them
where she'd be
hips
holding it for a while,
snatch.
and then bursts of energy. Which
You know
is
which
that
one
movement
was
impulse?
creepy? Maybe. You know which one was creepy though? Or like a little creepy? Like the one where it was like it was made after the like bomb and
Hiroshima?
stuff. Yeah.
The all white performance.
Yeah, and like he was just like in a diaper, like shaking the whole time.
I missed this too. I'm missing all the good dances.
It was really good.
It was actually that specific performance always reminds me, like I told you this before, but like the quote that's like, art is meant to comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. So like people who are like feeling like who were affected by the bomb, they're obviously disturbed by it, but seeing that like gives them a place like, okay, it's not just me, like there's other people in this discomfort. Other people are like, oh, it wasn't that bad. They're like, oh, well, this is how people live actually, so it kind of was that bad. So that's what that one reminded me of. I won't say it's creepy actually. Creepy is the wrong word. Don't quote me on that.
It's
I
just
would
a bit
just say
unsettling.
Yeah, it was unsettling and like impactful, definitely. I'd say for sure.
It reminds me of this video I saw recently, of this Instagram creator. He was deep in his privilege, where he was jogging around and he was like, guys, just don't, like, you're thinking too much about everything bad that's going on.
Right.
He's like, it's only bad if you think about it.
Right.
And this other person stitched him being like, well, you can't really not think about it if you're being directly impacted.
Exactly, if you're being targeted.
I'm trying to find like a video of the dance for you so you can see it.
For
And then
Bestie
maybe we
L.
can-
Say that I agree with all your reasons.
Yes. It reminds me of I forgot her name, but one of the choreographers that we interviewed, the more bubbly one, she was talking about how most of her pieces.
The younger one?
Was she younger?
I think one of them was like a senior and one was a sophomore
what
or
is
something.
Okay,
what
I
does
think it was
bubbly
the
mean?
sophomore.
Like
just
happier.
More,
Oh.
Basically you.
But she was talking about how most of her pieces choreographed on her own are always very colorful and very like big, but whenever she choreographed for like different shows or YCS, she had the challenge of not making it colorful and not making it like, it was a different style that she was used to, so it did give her more experience on a different aspect of dance than she would have done naturally.
Right.
Yeah, like it's helping these young choreographers and dancers put the reps in.
Yes.
Of being in, like, like in a performance, as well as like maybe causing some choreographers some discomfort because they're outside of their
comfort
zone, and which in the end just makes you a better choreographer.
Because then you have like, since you have more experience choreographing a whole bunch of different genres, then you can tackle a whole bunch of like, you could portray more emotion than you would of just being in just hip hop or just this or just that.
And I feel like that's kind of like similar to like writing an essay, for example. Like, even if you agree with what you're writing about, you have to really break it down. When like, if you're talking to your friends, just be like, just because, and that's enough. But when you're writing an essay, like, you really have to break it down.
You have to explain why you think this and why you did that.
Why it's impactful, why it matters, blah, blah, blah.
The words you use, the sentence, the phrasing.
Like, it's a lot more intentional when you're writing an essay than, because it's a more formal, like,
Instead
expression.
of just sending a text.
This was fire. Why? Because it was.
And that's it.
That's enough.
Instead of, I really like this because if you look between the deeper meaning of the history, yes, in between the lines.
So
but
you get it.
cutting off this conversation, I found the dance for you.
Like chalk people. You don't remember what I'm talking about, dog.
It was a video. It was basically like a bunch of lights, like stick figure lights things.
Yeah.
And they'd be moving in like.
So I think we were talking about space
patterns
that week.
Yeah.
Specifically. And like how it was like you had your transversal, your sagittal, and then what was the other one? Right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Wasn't it like
Occipital?
Moving on.
Right? That was a great topic, Elio.
Wait, what was it?
Oh, we didn't figure it out. We're just gonna
Oh, the
be
third
unknown.
one?
Yeah,
The
we're just
third
gonna let it
one?
be unknown.
Oh,
A little
okay.
mystery never hurt nobody.
Leave in the comments down below.
Please remind us.
If you know it, comment down below. Comment, like, subscribe. You know the deal.
Repost if you can.
Repost if you can.
Right. That was a great topic.
The only dance
You guys made a great topic.
friendship.
Yeah, we're friends because of this now. Never talked to these people a day in my life.
So should we move on to the ad break?
Yes, we
Commercial
need a little
break.
matcha refill, some snack refill. We will be back.
Commercial break. This is called the Oogie Boogie Oogie drink. One sip and you can get rhythm like no other. You can drop, wiggle, and pop into the beat like no other. Come get your own Boogie Oogie drink today.
Okay. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Great topic from Ellie over here. Really critical thinking, really got me going into my academic mindset. Love that for us. So I want to transition a little bit with talking about dance as a form of expression and communication, because we all know that art is a way to communicate with other people. Whether that be verbally or in dance's case, non-verbally. And we live for it, because what is life without art? Get that tatted.
Dang, what is life without art?
Come on now.
Can we clap it up?
Write that on the board.
Board talk. Okay. I feel like, okay, to start, one of the quotes that it's not even a quote, but like, I remember our teacher was talking about this a lot, or it came up a couple times, that like when dictators come to a country, the first thing they try to limit or monitor or adjust in any type of way is art. Why do you guys think that is?
I think because art is just so powerful.
Bow.
When it really comes down to it, like in art, you can express anything you're thinking or any like central idea. Like for example, like if you take a look at North Korea, they have like almost every outside source of entertainment, art, whether that be like dances, movies, shows, even like video games, which some people could see as a form of art.
I mean, yeah, it's media.
It is.
Yeah. All these different types of art forms are like banned. Like westernized or Western culture media is banned because they don't want their people to
Get any ideas of
get
revolt.
any ideas, revolt, realize, you know, that
There are better ways to live.
the ways they're living, some stuff is a lie. And
But some stuff is very much like fabricated.
yeah, definitely to their own, like especially in North Korea. Well, I'm pretty sure we all know that. Like or I'm assuming like how like
Yeah.
How bad it is
yeah,
over
it's
there?
like super bad. Right, we can all
I feel like there's also a little bit of like that censorship everywhere. Like even in America, that's becoming more and more censored. Like with the whole like a couple years ago, they're like no more TikTok, and now everyone's like, before TikTok gets banned, what do y'all know that we don't? Because it's like we're not getting as much information as we used to, and that's not like a political statement. It's just like
It's just
we're
facts.
just not.
It's just true.
It's facts. And
It's
just-
easier to manipulate people when they don't have a medium of outlet to think for themselves.
That has been like, that's like just a straight fact because it's been
Yeah.
happening for generations.
Like
Like
it's
even-
easier to control the narrative when you give the knowledge to the people.
Exactly.
When you are the narrative.
Like you can even go way back to like the Romans. Like
Oh, damn.
they were like killing people whenever they were like spreading
Right.
different type of
Those were
cultures
getting
or
shot
dance.
down.
Yeah.
What about you, Kirsty? thinking phase.
Oh, it was something like what I can't remember, but it was something along the lines of either what do you want to be or like what do you do in certain situations. Certain situations, I can't remember if it was like if you're sad, happy, or if you're winning, something like that. It was something along those lines. And we're reading what some of the kids wrote, and it was something like, when I'm sad, I go with my dad. Or whenever I do good on a test, I eat ice cream. You know, we're like, you know,
like different types of coping
Yeah.
mechanisms.
Yeah, you know, all these kids saying stuff, and then there were some kids that were very vague, but like you were saying, it could be art because it was up to our interpretation, and we were really interpreting it as like, dang, these kids are the next like Socrates. Because there was one, I can't remember what it said.
Next Socrates is crazy.
There was one, it was like, whenever I fail a test, I don't feel sad because that just means whatever's coming next can be even better. And when I saw that, I was like,
yeah,
these guys are
inspiring the older people.
you know? And then like, someone else could have seen it and been like, oh,
well, yeah,
I guess. I mean, that's
I mean, yeah, if you failed, you have no choice.
like,
yeah.
you can either stay the same or get better, I guess. But it really just shows like, art is really just up to interpretation.
It also shows that like art isn't defined by your age or your knowledge
Or who it is.
It's not gender, it's not race. It's like art and intention can happen and does happen and come from any and everyone. Even if it just like takes a very intentional mindset to see it. Like there's kindergartners out there, maybe not the prettiest drawing, but it means something, you know? If you like I said, if you give it meaning or if you take the time to see what they were trying to express to you.
Yes. I think it comes from a very oppressive place if you think that art can't come from anywhere.
Yeah.
Because you're saying that some people don't have that mental capacity to do anything great, which isn't true. Everyone has the power to do something. As long as you have something to express, then you can make art. But if you think just because someone's too little or someone's coming from this place or that place, then you're thinking in an oppressive mindset because you think you're better than them, that they can't reach that level of, I want to do this, so I can.
And just like how dance is a form of art, it's a form of art through expression because of its intention, which is like what we were talking about a lot in class. So it's like, maybe like that kindergartner didn't intend to make you feel sad about this drawing, but like you saw something that maybe they conveyed, and maybe their intention was to be like, I'm really happy when I go eat ice cream with my dad, but you were like, this is very beautiful, like familial like bonding, you know what I mean? I feel like it's just all about intention, but I feel like as much as intention is important, it's also about your perception of it, because everyone has their own experiences, their own background, and their own way that they're going to perceive what you say, and you can never really I feel like even if you gave someone a pamphlet about like, hey, this dance is about this, they'd be like, sure, that's what you meant to say, but to me, based on my life and what I've been through and what this makes me feel,
they could maybe see like parts of whatever piece that you may have not thought about, but you still put in there.
I feel like art's always going to connect back to what is going to connect back to you personally. You know what I mean? That was basically all I wanted to yap about. But on that note, ad break.
Commercial break.
Ad break.
We're back.
Commercial break over.
I know y'all love that. That juice is really good. If that's the one we just played.
On the topic of boogie, oogie, and oogieing.
Right.
You can't boogie, oogie, oogie without movement, without rhythm, without a sense of what you want to accomplish.
Period.
And on that note,
On that note, she's gonna ponder. Cause let that sink in.
Let him in. But that dance was really interesting. I didn't understand the story I was trying to tell, but I did like the beginning when there wasn't no music. I know I interviewed someone who said she didn't like there wasn't music in the beginning because it wasn't like a form of a performance to her. She didn't understand it. But I liked it because it focused more on the movements and what they were trying to do instead of like bringing in the music right away. It gives you like a time to think about what they were doing, maybe what they were trying to portray. And you could see the movements clear because that was the only thing you had to focus on, which was just them and their movement and like everything they were doing.
Yeah.
I don't think they were taking up a lot of space. Like their
Definitely
movements
not.
were very minimal. They weren't like spread out.
Very much in a box.
Yes. So, well, I guess that was on purpose, obviously.
Cause like they stayed to their little like shoulder
Yeah.
to like foot ratio, whereas in other dances they were like running across stage, like
portraying that they were in a small space.
and that could mean a lot of things. It could mean like
A keyhole.
like you can only see that much of them,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe like that's genuinely like that's all you can see, but that's all there is. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like they're in this cage and they can't get out. Could be mental, could be
Like-
real.
I forgot the name.
It's okay. When you figure it out, just let us know.
Like I think it's not. I think it's like Plato's cave.
Plato's Cave. I've never
I
heard
thought
of
you were
it.
about to say Plato's closet. I was like,
I was
store.
almost saying that.
I've
No,
not
it's like
heard of.
Plato's cave. It's
Pilates.
and I would say it really does because, well, honestly, I
He's
don't
a
dance.
top dancer.
Top
y'all.
tier.
Check out the TikTok. He's on there.
He's on there.
He's on there.
Like,
Center.
People that have danced like for all their lives. Like I have a friend. She was like a ballerina.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that
Yeah.
a ballerina?
Yeah.
And she would like dance a lot until coming to college,
Mhm.
and like even just natural. Like whenever she's sitting down, she's like in the most like in her comfortable spot. But like compare someone to me, like I would probably like tear my ACL or something. You know? So I feel like even like in natural movements, it really does have a huge factor,
Mhm.
and even just the way you stride. You stride more like. She strides with more like rhythm in her walk.
What dance does your boyfriend do? Because this stride is crazy. He got a little bit too. Sorry. Shout out the boyfriend. His boyfriend.
Yeah, shout out my boyfriend.
Your what?
Hesitation.
Even as a kid, I feel like whenever you're younger, obviously you see kids. How do I say it? Like move more freely.
Like even with being a cheerleader, like from a young age, like they walk like real high and like real peppy. Like I feel like that just changes who you are when you like dedicate so much of your life to something, regardless of what it is. Like if you're a gamer full time, you're gonna have a hunch in your neck. Like you are going to be shaved. Like you're
Or
gonna
if
be
you have the
shaved.
headphones, you have like your
Stop that freaking
the
head
headphone
dip.
dip.
Take off the
I
cap.
don't have a head. My head. I just have a hat dip, or not hat dip. Just my
You have
Hat
hat
hair?
hair.
hat hair.
You gotta shake it out, bro.
Shake your dress.
Shake 'em, shake 'em, shake 'em.
Right. Was that all you had, Chrissy?
Lord.
Why are you so
No,
far back? You basically had a friend.
He doesn't like being near us. He
Yes,
hates
he
women.
does. We're Charlie's Angels. Your computer always being in frame is frying me.
But do you guys remember from the YCS performances the keyhole dance? It was like very dark, and they did I wouldn't say minimal movements, but it was silent for like the first part of it.
Yes, and she was like low-key going a little crazy.
Yeah.
And then she did the same thing at the end of the dance with the music, and it kind of timed back in.
Yes.
I remember I remember being very confused by that, because I was like...
I don't think I remember that dance. Was it like the first one?
No. Okay. Back to movement and immobility. On the topic of like the Buto dances, the one that came from the bombing of Hiroshima. There was a lot of like different types of movements, and I don't think they ever completely stopped. But I feel like, do you think if they added in moments of immobility where they just completely stopped moving, like without moving at all, what type of impact that would have on the audience? Like specifically for that type of dance. Yes, if they just used immobility more than constant movement and shaking, if they like stopped at certain points, how would that change the piece in
You want to go first for me?
I'll go first.
Okay, period.
I feel like it does have the chance to change the impactfulness of it, but in a more impactful way. Because obviously, like, sadly, a lot of people passed away, and after they got bombed, they weren't able to move, or some people, I guess you could say, had the blessing to not suffer, and were just gone, like kadoosh. Disappeared.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would really be a good way to implement that feeling and really try to hit the audience hard and realize, like, unlike you and me, we can choose to be immobile or mobile at like a will right now. Those people got stripped of that chance and just have to stay immobile because they sadly passed away.
Have you guys ever seen BoJack Horseman?
I love BoJack
I never
Horseman.
watched it, but I did watch like a video explaining like the different characters and the reason why they were there.
I love BoJack Horseman.
Well, do you know, like, whenever something tragic happens to him, how, like, he's just, like, stuck in time and everything around him is just moving and moving and moving? I feel like if they were to, like, stop moving and be completely still, it would remind me of BoJack in a way, with how, like, when something traumatic happens, like, you just, like, shut down. Like, you, like, some people are really good under pressure and they'll, like, try to find their kids or whatever, but, like, I feel like some people just be in such shock to where they're, like, actually paralyzed, and, like, life will still be moving around them, but, like, I feel like if they were to stop moving completely and just, like, go limp, I guess, I feel like that would really signify, like, the impact of, like, just the trauma hitting you all at once, to where, like, you have no, like, you can't move, you can't think, and, like, it's just too much spiraling to try to pick yourself back up, try to find safety, whatever the case may be. I feel like that would be impactful in a way.
So how do you think learning how to dance impacts the body and how it moves? Because everyone moves differently, obviously.
Right.
But when learning dance or different types of dances, it switches. Like, it impacts the way you move naturally, I feel like.
No, I agree. Like, when I did dance in high school, like, this is gonna be kind of nerdy, but, like, I remember last semester in bio, we were talking about, like, denaturing, like, enzymes. And so, like, all right, stick with me here, right?
I'm thinking.
We're enzymes. We're enzymes, right? And we have a specific function and a specific, like, path. But when you denature something, you break that down and mold it into something different. When you denature something, you change its purpose and its path and its function, right? So when I was learning dance, I kind of felt like a denatured enzyme, because, like, I naturally move one way. Like, the way I flow and the way I whatever is very different than my friend right next to me. But we're expected to do the same thing, the same tempo, the same cadence. So it's like, what I'm really good at, she wasn't really good at. What she's really good at, I wasn't really good at. So I feel like having to remold yourself is really hard, because it's like you said, like, even with the guys and the girls earlier, like, they're doing the exact same thing, but their anatomy is just so different to a point where it's like y'all could do the same thing, but it impacts people differently because they look different. I don't know if that answered your question, but that metaphor was really in my brain, for real. So did that answer your question, or? One more time, what was the question?
Girl, I wish I remembered.
Into cave, but it's like basically the story is, okay, long story short, there's someone that was born and raised in a cave in shackles, and he could only see in front
Plato's
of him.
allegory, the cave. Plato's cave.
He could only see in front of him, and it was just like the black, like, it was all dark, but the only light that he got was from, like, some jail bars up top, and he could only see the shadows. All you could see is shadows, and that's his whole life. All he could see is his shadows, and that's it. And that's all he knew. He knew his world was that. There was nothing else in his world. That's what only thing he knew. And then at a certain point, he was released. Like, he had the opportunity to leave, but he was, like, terrified, because this is my life. What do you mean there's more
out there
than this, and I'd rather stay here than
and
go out there because, you know, like to us we'd be like, oh yeah, we'd leave because if I was in shackles, I can't like be with my friends or do all this. But that's all he had. That was all.
It was
It's
comfortable.
the fear of the unknown.
And what's comfortable is like usually what people cling to, even if it's not the best.
So I
situation.
forgot how I was gonna tie that in.
Cause the keyhole.
Oh yeah, because the keyhole. Because that's all you can.
Because it was like
That's all you can see. Maybe that's all there is.
Well, if you want to hear more amazing yaps and stories like this, you got to tune into the next episode.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
She means third floor conversations. Well, this has been great. This has been fun. I'm Mariah. He's Elio.
I'm Kersey.
He's Kersey.
This is Kersey.
Catch us on the third floor.
Bye, Wednesday.
Bye, Wednesday.
Bye, Wednesday.
Get out of here.